we were just talking about it a second ago. It was like a tale of three teams out there. Very weird game in that fact. How are you able to handle the ebbs and flows of that one?
Well, Coach Shane said it best. We got to get it back on defense. If the ball's not dropping, you have to get stops on defense, which will bring momentum to our offense.
What went right allowed you guys to make that run in the second half? You guys, all of a sudden, it looked like something just clicked, and it was Western basketball from there on out.
Well, Leia was unstoppable. Nobody could stop her. And we just did the extra pass, and passing up a good shot for a great shot, and that was working for us. Maddie hit two really good momentum-changing threes, and we did transition better.
It seems like shooting is contagious, and when you guys were hitting it, everybody was hitting it. It looked like 5 or 6 possessions in a row, nobody could miss. Is that how it felt for you guys' end?
Yeah, and it felt good, when the basket has like a cap on it, it gets hard, but everybody was making it, the bench is cheering, we're all cheering for each other. It was a good feeling.
You said it earlier, it was a big win for you guys. You lost 2 straight, now you're back in the win column. How big is it, and a must-win to win at home in the MAC?
Yeah, we lost 2 on the road, and this is a good momentum changing for going the other way, going for our next couple of games. We're going to be away for 2, and so we just need this good energy.
How much momentum does it build for you guys moving forward?
A lot, and we see what the extra pass does for our team, and we're just all happy for each other and it's just going great.
What did you learn most from your team today?
That Leia's a bucket, and Maddie can shoot. She's a shooter.
You said it before, you got to hold serve at home. You did that. But it looked like you're 3 different teams out there today at different points of the game.
Yeah.
How are you guys able to handle those different mood swings, I guess?
Well, I wish we could handle that mood swing a little bit differently, right? When we're scoring, our defense seems like there's nowhere to go against our defense. And then as soon as we start struggling to score, it's like, I don't want to say disinterested, but we definitely have a different bounce in our step. And, and Akron's good and they can score points. So I'm not suggesting it was us not defending, but we just had a different mojo to us about it. And we talked quite a bit about that at halftime, about having one of our assistant coaches said unconditional toughness, and that's what it felt like. And I thought that 20 minutes in the third and fourth quarter, I thought you saw some unconditional toughness on our side.
It seems like shooting is contagious. When you're hitting, everybody seemed to be hitting, especially fourth quarter. It seemed like there were like 6 or 7 possessions in a row or just bang, 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 back to back. How much did that help this team to make a run there?
Yeah, it's a ton. And this team is a good shooting team when the ball goes inside out. Okay, and when we're coming down and we're just trying to do things a little bit too quick or too fast and the ball hasn't gotten in the paint, whether it's through a drive or through a post entry, this is what this team should really learn from this game, is that when we do that, we're a much better shooting team. I don't know why. Statistics say, and we can prove it too, it's easier. Your feet are set because the ball has been inside, so people are looking, and when it comes back out, you're just a better shooter.
Your team talked about paint touches earlier in the year. Are you happy with the paint touches that they're getting now?
Well, the film will say for sure, but I think from naked eye watching it today, definitely. And most of it was through, I think we had a nice balance actually through dribble penetration. Jordan was doing a good job of getting in there. Shalane was getting in there, creating things. Ball was being entered into the post, and you saw some nice kickouts as well. That's when this team is at its best, because we have really good balance. We can shoot it at all 4 spots on the perimeter, and we're decent, at least decent, in the post.
How much momentum does this win give you moving forward as you head on the road?
Yeah, momentum is a crazy word, isn't it? It's what we told our team before the game was, I asked them, did they think it was a must-win? And most of them said yes. And while I somewhat agree with that, it was better that we perform well. And that was more our point, is let's not worry about winning or losing, because then you start to play not to lose, or whatever that term might be, but to focus on playing well. And when we do that, I think we're obviously a much different team.
How do you think this team handled the resilience of this team to battle back? I mean, you guys were down at double digits at one point. Yeah. You had a double-digit lead. Just the resilience of this team to fight back.
Conditional toughness, right? Unconditional toughness. That's the whole point of, and it's going to be a lot of our topic of conversation, because when we're that way, we're pretty good. And when we're not that way, we're seemingly quite the opposite. So, simply put, it's a big point of our team, big point for our team.
Riley Jacobson is.
Yeah.
What does she bring to this team? She seems like she can do a lot, especially in the post. What does she bring to this team?
Yeah, she's a tough kid, man. I mean, we needed her, right? We needed her lots of times this year, and it was probably the hardest decision I had to make was bringing Bree back in at the end of the game because Riley was playing so well. So we left her in there as long as we could until we got to the point where we thought defense was going to be really critical in that last 3 minutes of the game. So, but hey, without Riley's toughness in there in that fourth quarter especially, it could be a totally different ballgame.